podcast. So it's there. So hello YouTube. My name is Rafael and I'm here with Gabriel, Caio, Lucas, and Luciano for start another English immersion here on Talk and Talk. So today's topic is diversity and cultural integration. And so let's do it. Gabriel, could you read and answer the first question, please?
Yeah, sure. So, how does a diverse background among team members contribute to more creative solutions in a professional environment? Um, I think that when you work, I don't know, in an international team, where you have people from different countries, you have also different cultures. So, uh, I guess that each culture you have a kind of a different perspective into something. I don't know. Let's say that uh, each country, each culture, you can have a kind of. Let's say that you have a problem, right, and you need to solve it. So if you have people from I don't know from Japan, from China, America, Brazil, each one has its own methods to work. I think that the culture influences a lot into the how someone approach to a certain problem. So I think that when you have a diversity of cultures inside a team, you can have a very rich insight, a very rich thinking process because everyone has kind of a different opinion, a different perspective into that problem. So I think that's it.
Oh, that's amazing, Gabriel. I'm totally related to your answer, and I agree with you 100%. So I think that's the point. Different backgrounds can, for sure, bring different and creative solutions. Especially because of what you said, people have different cultures, so they think differently, they have different values, and it shape uh, uh, their minds differently. So I totally agree with you. Lucas, what about you? What do you think? Do you agree with Gabriel in this first question?
Yeah, question number one, right?
Yes.
Uh, for me, a diverse team brings different experience, cu- cultures, and ways of thinking, which leads to more ideas and perspectives. When people think differently, they can solve problems in more creative and innovative ways instead of repeating the same solutions.
I totally agree. I totally agree with you. I think that that's the main point. Different people thinks differently, and we don't take the risk to have people that have the same background and have the same solution. So I totally agree with you, Lucas. What about you, Kyle? What do you think about the first question?
When different people work together with on brains that how ideas and views. This helps the team think better and find more creative como falar soluções? É solutions?
Solutions. Yeah.
Solutions.
That's good. That's good. Thank you, Kyle. I like it, and I think that we are in the same boat. We believe in the same things about the different diversity and how that can be a powerful tool for companies, for groups, for teams in general, because different people brings different solutions, and it can be it's a way to improve innovation. I think to improve creative solutions. That's what we need usually as professionals. Guys, now let's think about the question number 2, the second question. So, Lucas, can you read and answer the second question, please?
Yeah, the biggest challenge is letting go of personal biases. Many people judge situations based on their own experience, which makes it difficult to truly listen and understand someone else really.
Yeah, totally agree with you. So, uh, it's hard, you know. The question was, what is the biggest challenge that people face when trying to understand a perspective very different from their own? I totally agree with you. It's so hard, you know, because you have just your background to understand the others, and when you don't have it, that can be very, very tough to do it. What about you, Gabriel? Do you agree with Lucas about this question? For you, what is the biggest challenge that people face in this situation?
I think that the biggest challenge when you are trying to have conversation with someone about a topic, I think that is to be being humble. I
Mm,
think that uh, nowadays in the world that we live nowadays, we are very divided, and we, of course, we have some. I think that preconcepts. I think that's the word. I don't know. But I think that if we are trying to have a conversation and we are trying to reach at some point, right? I think that we need to be humble to understand what the other is saying, and we also need to know how we can put our perspective in a way that um, convince the other person. So I think that the biggest challenge is to that you do not have all the answers. You're not the owner of the truth, and that you can uh, learn a new thing every day. So I think that's it.
no, very, very good, Gabriel. I totally agree with you. I like it when you say that, oh, being humble, it's the key. And then you explain it that it's being humble in a sense that it's your perspective and you have to learn the others. You have to be open-minded and, have the empathy to understand the other's point of view. As you said, it's not just, I will believe in everything that the others is saying. You have your own values, but it's to try to understand and be clear when you say things and you explain your point of view for others. So I totally agree with you, and I think that it's a key point. Be humble. Humility, it's something important always. Thank you, Gabriel. Caio, and you, what do you think about the question number 2?
The biggest challenge is putting your how opinions as it and trying to understand the other person with judging. É judging, né? Fala.
I don't know what you're saying. Understand the person. Can you repeat, please?
Yeah. The biggest challenge is
Mm-hmm.
putting your all opinions
Mm-hmm.
as it and trying to understand the other person with judging. É que eu não sei muito falar essa frase.
No problem, no problem. But I understood the general context, and it's nice what you said about this thing that your own opinions you have to put aside a little bit, step back and be there to understand the others' opinions. So that's I totally agree with you. That's a important thing to do when you're trying to understand the others. That's good. That's good, Kyle. Lucas, I think that you already answered this question, no? So it was you that started. So let's go to the question number 3. Kyle, can you read and answer the question number 3?
3?
Yeah, but can you read before answer? Você pode ler a questão número 3 e depois responder?
Pode ser.
Thank
Tá, eu
you.
vou só pegar.
Okay.
É do you believe, né? É essa, né?
Yes, this one.
Ok. Do you believe companions promote represent only for marketing, or is there a real change? Some companies do it only to look good, but many are realize that diversity brings better results and a fairer workplace. É
That's
isso.
good. No, I totally agree with you. That's the point, no, because we are all four here. We agreed more or less that diversity is important, and it's about richness. It's about find different and creative solutions for problems. But we know that some companies do it more in a market for the market than for good reasons. So that's interesting to think about. What do you think about it, Lucas? This question number 3.
Um, some companies choose diversity mainly as a marketing strategy, but many are genuinely changing their values. They have realized that diversity improves creative, employee satisfaction, and long-term success.
That's good. I really like it. People feel, and it's interesting because in your answer, you brought this thing that it's important. Take care about your human resources. As a
Yeah.
company, it's so important. So people feel more comfortable when we see diversity, when we see that you are not a stranger there. That there are people like you. So very good point, and that's good that you have this optimistic vision about companies, that it's not only for market, that we have some companies that are doing it because they really see the importance, and they can see how it is good for business too. Gabriel, do you agree with Lucas in this point of view, or for you it's just marketing? What do you think about it?
No, I agree 100%. I think that when you have different uh, kind of people, you have a very different you have different perspectives. So with that, you can have a lot of different points of view, and it can lead to a more creativity, a more creative, a more open-minded, a more uh, innovate uh, environment. So I think that that's that's right.
Yeah, then I totally agree. In certain sense, honestly, I'm a little bit more pessimist, about companies in general. But I think that for some business that's so important, that there are a social pressure that they are doing it because they need to be seen as a company that include in an inclusive company that have this diversity. But the results, it's the outcome. It's for me, it's the most important. So nowadays we can see that it's more common to see different people with different backgrounds in companies in general. Guys, now we will put the shoes of the owner's company shoes, and try to understand how to do it, how to guarantee this diversity in a company team in general. So the question number 4 is, if you were responsible for hiring a new team, what steps would you take to ensure a diverse group of candidates? So to guarantee that you will have candidates that are diverse, so and that you could hire this diversity, the different people for your team. Let's start with you, Kyle. The question number 4.
Okay, for me, perhaps understand other cultures make you feel like and be the other person because he step outside of what we've done and understand how other cultures live.
Good, good, good. So take care, pay attention in this diversity. What about you, Lucas? The question number 4.
Um, I would a diversity job openings in different space, avoid biased language in job descriptions, and focus more on skills and potential than on background or stereotypes.
That good, that good. So the last part. Can you repeat this last part? Because you focus more in skills.
And potential than on backgrounds or stereotypes.
Okay, okay, very, very, very important. I think that try to understand what is the value that this person can, bring to your company. It's very, very important, and avoid the stereotypes. It's very, very important, as you said, Lucas. I totally agree with you. And you, Gabriel. If you were a recruiter, what would you do to guarantee? And for example, this other thing that Lucas said, it's very important to advertise in different vehicles. It's important. Vehicles, sorry.
Uh, a diverse group of candidates. It can be how can I say, diversity can be expressed in so many ways, right? It can, I don't know, it could be gender, it could be race, it could be, I don't know, social class. So it could be it's very generic, a diverse group, right? Uh, I think that if I would hire a diverse group of candidates, probably I will, I don't know, I will do the the marketing the of the hiring jobs in various channels. I don't know, maybe uh, create some posts. I don't know, on LinkedIn, some posts on in presential. I don't know. It's very it's a kind of difficult to answer this kind of question. But I think that that's it. I think that I would try to post some job offers in different channels to try to capture, to try to catch as much as different people. I don't know, people that uses Instagram, people that use LinkedIn. I don't know, people that live nearby the company and so on.
Very good, very good. I totally agree with you. It's hard, because we are not a HR person. Unfortunately, we have here on Talk and Talk, a host that it's a HR person, but it's hard to how to do it. To guarantee that the diversity will be there in this process of hiring a new team. So, and it start with the way that you uh, how to say it, marketing. It start with your marketing. It start with the way that you publish and advertising, as you said, Gabriel, this new post. So I totally agree with you. So guys, now we are talking more about ourselves. So the question number 5 talk about this contact when we have contact with a different culture. So how do you experience different cultures through travel, for example, or food change? The way can change the way that you perceive your own identity. So because I really think that when we are in contact with a different culture, you understand better your own culture. I think that it's, for example, now that we are learning English, we can understand better our Portuguese, because the only way that we have to understand English, it's comparing with our mother language, that is Portuguese here. So for me, it's very powerful, and I would like to hear from you. Lucas, how do you see this question number 5?
Question number 5. Um, ex experience experiencing other cultures helps you understand that your habits are not the only normal ones. This can make you appreciate your own culture more while also becoming more open minded.
That's true. That's true. I totally agree with you. This uh, it's only having this experience that we can really. It's not only, but it's. I think that it's the best way to be open-minded is to having this experience with the difference. With the different. So I totally agree with you. Caio, what do you think about this question?
Experience other cultures make us think about our own habits and values and helps us understand who we are better.
Totally agree. Totally agree. It was exactly that I was saying before, and so that's magic. That's magic. No, that for me it's totally correct. It is this way to see this new experience, this experience with different cultures. What do you think about it, Gabriel?
Well, I think that when you have contact with uh, different uh, culture, you can learn a lot about uh, about your own culture, but also about the others' culture. You can see, I don't know, let's say you can learn uh, how to do something that is in your culture, but in a different way. For example, the American pizza. So the pizza is from the Italians. They make the pizza in their own way, but then the Americans went there. They enjoyed. They ate pizza. They enjoyed pizza, and they created their own pizza. So I think that you can learn new things when you have contact with different foods, different culture, and you can use that to improve yourself. Usually people say that you have different personality in different languages. So usually you have one personality when you speak Portuguese, another one when you speak English, and so on. So I think that it also can change your own personality. For example, I'd say that I don't know, you are a very introverted person. When you want to learn a new language and you take some English classes, you are kind of forced to talk, right? And you can start making these little changes, taking these little steps, and start to open more about yourself, start to talk more. So I think that when you have contact with this kind of, you get out of your comfort zone, you can learn and improve a lot your personality.
Gabriel, it was amazing. I really like it, your answer. I totally agree with you. The example about food, the pizza, it's a good example, I think. And the only way that we can because we will not pay attention in our things, because it's so common for us, the way that we do things. When you have contact with different way, for example, to make pizza, as you said, you realize the way that you do. For example, that Brazil, for example, in São Paulo, we do pizza. So it's and it's all of it. It's related to what you said. When you are not in your comfort zone, I really think that comfort zone is something important. But when you are just in your comfort zone, you're not learning and changing so much. And I really like in what you said that when you learn new things, you change it too. As you gave the example about language. So when you have different identities in other languages, but I think that it's not so that we are different. We are learning another part of ourselves. We are getting new skills and discovering something that we are too. I'm a guy that speak Portuguese and I'm a guy that speak English, and I can show myself differently because it's another language. It's another have different concepts. You know what I'm saying? Because I really don't believe, for example, that it's different when I say casa in Portuguese and when I say home in English. They are similar, but they are different. So it's very interesting what you said. Thank you so much, Gabriel, for your answer. And let's keep with you, Gabriel. The question number 6. So, for you, is it more important for a community to focus on what makes everyone similar or to celebrate what makes everyone unique? So, what is more important for a community sense, this feeling that we are part of a group? It's more important celebrate what we have in common or what make each one unique.
I think that for a community, we should celebrate what make us unique. I think that when we have the same thoughts, the same ideas, the same concepts, it will not take us so far.
Mhm.
Uh, I can relate to this question with an interview that I saw with Elon Musk, that he said, I don't remember exactly the question, but he said something like, it's good that the new generation is growing up and bringing some new ideas, some new perspectives, because the old persons, the old men, old women, they have um, uh, a very, how can I say, I don't know, but they have a very solid thought. They are not adapted for some new things. And
Mm.
so the world is changing, and we need new thoughts. We cannot be chained to old thoughts, from our grandfather thoughts, because the world that they live in, the world that they grew up, it's a very different world than the Gen Z world. So I think that we need this kind of new thoughts to continue the world running. So that's it.
No, very interesting, and I like it this example, and That's good. That's good. Let's see if Kyle, if Kyle agree with you. What do you think about the question number 6, Kyle?
My opinion, I think we should see the difference and similarities because I believe we should respect everyone reg re regardless of those similarities and differences.
I think that it's something important what you said, because if I understood correctly, the both are it's hard to choose, between the similarities and the difference that make us unique, because the both are important, to a community. So that's I really like it what you said, Kyle. And what about you, Lucas? What do you think about the question number 6?
Um, 6. Both
Yes.
are important, but
Mm-hmm.
celebrating difference is essential. Similarities create unity, while difference bring growth, learning, and stronger communities.
Hmm. Very good. Very good. I really like it this point of view, especially the end when they say that it can this difference can make and build stronger communities. I've never
Yeah.
thought in this way before. It's interesting. They both are important, but I like it what you said about the celebrate difference. And very good, very good. Guys, I think that we have a time for another question. Would you like someone here would like to choose one of the questions that we didn't discuss before? Vocês querem escolher alguma outra questão que a gente não falou? A gente tem tempo para mais uma. What do you think, Lucas? Would you like to
Um,
choose one?
for me, um, number 10.
Okay, go ahead, you.
Uh, I learned that resilience looks different for everyone. People overcome challenges in unique ways, and understanding that builds empathy and respect. Eu tinha que ler a questão antes?
Yes, but it was okay. I will read here and if you can repeat because I really like it and would like to pay more attention. So the question number 10 was, what is the most valuable thing you have learned from someone who has a completely different life story than yours? Can you say again your answer, Lucas, please?
Yeah. I learned that resilience looks different for everyone. Uh, People overcome challenges in unique ways, and understanding that builds empathy and respect.
Very good, very good. I think that you touch important things, that we can learn with this contact with the different. So very, very, very good. Resilience, the way that people, face their problems are very inspiring for me too. Different people do it differently. What about you, Gabriel? The question number 10.
I think that um, I will talk about an example that's not
Hmm?
quite what the question is asking for, but I think it can be related to.
That's
Uh,
good.
so I have a little boy, 4-year-old kid, child, and before I become a father, I think that I was a very strict guy. I was a very serious.
Mhm.
And after my child born, I started to be more. I don't know. I started to be more empathic. I started to talk more. Started to be more kind with people. and I think that it kind of changed my perspective of life. It was not about his life story, as the question is asking, but
No,
I
no.
think that's a, a thing that I learned from my my son that really changed myself. You know.
Oh, that's amazing. And do you know why it happens? Because I know that it's paradigmatic, but do you have more, details about this change?
I think that um, I had a kind of strict relation with my father, you know,
Okay.
and I think that when my son was born, I think that I could not be so rigid with him. Of course, you
Mhm.
have some moments when you need to be more strict, you know, more rigid, or
Understand.
but I think that the most of the time I am more kind, I'm more empathic, charismatic. You know, I try to make him. I try to not have a bad relationship with him. I'm not saying that I had a bad relationship with my father, but I think that I can have
Mhm.
more kind of a friendship, you know, between me and my son. So I try to change it to this kind of perspective of view to be more kind. You know, it's just it's not just with him, but with the people around me. You know.
That is good. That is good. Yeah, your son taught you how, that you could be different in another sense, be more kind, as you said, more, comprehensive, and that it's very good, Gabriel. What is powerful that it was not just your relationship with your son, that you could do it even with other people's after have this relationship. So with
Yeah.
your son, that's I think that you answer completely the question, because
Yeah.
it's a different story, and you learn it from your son. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, congratulations, Gabriel, and thank you for sharing this, story with us. And the last but not the least, Caio, what do you think about the question number 10?
I learned that everyone has their how I story and that understand this makes us more empathic and human.
Yeah, that's good. I think that empathy it's something that you really have to learn, and and especially when you have this contact with the different, someone with a different background story, you have to learn it, or otherwise you will not be able to really have a relationship with this person, be in contact, learn something. So that's true, Kyle. So, guys, thank you so much. I think that we don't have time for another question, because I would like to hear from you how it was being here. But the first thing that I will do, I will stop to broadcast our immersion. So, bye bye, YouTube, and we will